Spider-Man is getting his own TV show, but not in the way that you think. So I'm going to talk about it. But first, hi, my name is Jacob Airy. Thank you for joining me today on my vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Sony is going to continue its Spider-Man universe, its film universe. However, as far as the movies go, we don't know who their main Spider-Man is going to be in this universe. We don't know who is finally going to take over. They're making all these characters appear: Venom, Craven the Hunter, a really terrible version of Madame Web, at least going by the trailer, and so on and so forth. But we don't know exactly who is going to be Spider Man. Now, they're going to expand even more with the announcement of a Spider-Man Noir TV show. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar, Spider-Man Noir was the first of a series that Marvel did where it was kind of like, what if their characters were created in the 1930s? And so in this one, Peter Parker is kind of like a grizzled detective. He's very dark. He famously appeared in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, where he was voiced by the voice actor who performed Spider-Man in Spider-Man the Animated Series on Fox Kids. It's a really great video game. If you ever perchance find an archive copy on Steam or whatever, definitely get it. It's a lot of fun. All that to say, with Spider-Man Noir, I was excited when they announced the TV show, and then I immediately remembered this is modern day filmmaking. So are they going to cater to a modern audience? Are they going to throw out the fan base and return pursuit for a bunch of blue-haired weirdos on social media like they've been doing with Spider-Man properties, or are they going to actually do something for the fans? And I was going back and forth. Well, a little glimmer of hope happened with the announcement that the same showrunner who was behind Netflix's The Punisher is taking over the show. If you didn't watch the Netflix Punisher, I highly recommend it. It was a really good show. They avoided any sort of woke politics. It was very intense, very action oriented, a lot of fun to watch, gritty and gruesome at times, but a fantastic show. It was back when Marvel still cared about the Punisher. And so I thought, oh, well, maybe there's some glimmer that Sony still cares about Spider-Man. I mean, they did give us Spider-Man No Way Home in the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. However, now they're giving us a whole bunch of movies about Spider-Man's villains without Spider-Man. So who knows? It's a juggling act. At least with Amazon, they've been real hit and miss. So sometimes they do incredibly sort of politically correct programming, but then other times they do the opposite. Shows like The Samaritan or Reacher, definitely not woke content, right? It's very straightforward, very good action shows. It's very like what we call escapism, as you might say. And like I said, on the other hand, they have done other things that you could consider woke. So Amazon has been sort of a mixed bag when it comes to being a streaming service. With the announcement that they were actually bringing on board the showrunner behind The Punisher, I was like, oh, this is actually a good move. So this is what Dexerto says. Neither Amazon MGM Studios nor Sony Pictures Television have made any Spider-Man Noir casting announcement. It's also unclear whether Spider-Verse star Nicolas Cage will participate in any capacity. That said, several of Spider-Man's Noir's crew members are already locked in. Notably, Oren Uziel and Steve Lightfoot will serve as showrunners on the production. Uziel is best known for his writing credits on 2022 Jump Street, John Wick 4, and the 2021 Mortal Kombat reboot. Okay, so decent. Meanwhile, Lightfoot oversaw seasons of Netflix's The Punisher series and also penned scripts for the likes of Hannibal and Narcos. Again, okay, pretty good. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse co-writers producer Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are also on board to produce the Spider-Man Noir series, having helped Uziel develop it. Longtime franchise producer Amy Pascal is back as well as one of the show's executive producers. All right, so there you go. A decent camaraderie, although I would say Across the Spider-Verse, that's kind of the first red flag, right? It wasn't as good as its precursor. It doesn't give us any reason on why Miles Morales matters. Now, I'm not saying that Into the Spider-Verse wasn't a good representation of Miles Morales. It was by far one of the best. However, its sequel, lackluster, very lackluster. And let's remember, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Anyway, Going back to Spider-Man Noir, not so many red flags. We've got a mixed bag there. It's a few people with some good writing credits or showrunner credits. It's not too bad. It's looking good. It's sounding good. Okay, maybe Sony Pictures, they're actually putting something good into the universe. We're actually going to get a good, dark, grittier side of the Spider-Verse. It's going to be great. Now, I'm kind of tired of other dimensions. I'm not one of those people who thinks that every time it's done, it's lazy writing. However, comic book film studios in particular have been overusing it incredibly. With Spider-Man Noir, though, if they set it apart, I could see it working because Spider-Man Noir is very different from any sort of mainstream series that has come about. It's very dark, very gritty. It's almost like if Spider-Man was Batman in that sort of sense, of the Frank Miller Batman. It's very intense and really good. And for those of you who might not be familiar, that is the character that Nicolas Cage voiced in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I think he's set to reprise the role in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Now, here's the rub. The major red flag has appeared. Again, quoting Dick Sarto. Little is known about the plot of the Spider-Man Noir series at this stage, even so certain details about the show's story and characters have surfaced online. According to Variety, Spider-Man Noir will follow an older, grizzled superhero in 1930s New York. The outlet's sources add that the series is set in its own universe, and the main character will not be Peter Parker. Peter Parker literally is Spider-Man Noir. Why are they doing this? Unless they're going to name him Ben Reilly, which, is Spider-Man's clone, and sometimes Peter Parker used that alias. Okay, I can see it working. However, no, this immediately turns me off. I am so tired of these corporate overlords taking our favorite franchises and melting them down. But Jacob, it's just one little announcement. Give him the benefit of the doubt. We haven't even seen a trailer yet or any sort of concept art. No, I do not owe these major corporations that just happen to make movies, I do not owe them the benefit of the doubt, and neither do you. So, no, I am going to sit here and I'm going to complain that they're taking a really awesome comic book that explores, like I said, a darker side of the Marvel Universe. They did it with The Punisher as well. There's The Punisher Noir, which is also equally as good, and they're going to ruin it. Like I said, I'm kind of tired of the multiverses. I'm ready to see Peter Parker in action, not retiring, not passing his mantle off. I'm ready to see Peter Parker be Spider-Man. We haven't seen that really since Spider-Man No Way Home, especially since the animated series got canceled. So, no, I want to see Peter Parker. And it would have been awesome to see Peter Parker in the context of Spider-Man Noir. But no, we're going to cave to the woke pitchfork mob, and we're going to create a character that's totally different, that's set apart, who just happens to be Spider-Man. But Jacob, it's a mantle. This is another legacy character. It's another dimension. Don't care, don't care, don't care. I want to see a good adaptation of Spider-Man Noir where Peter Parker is a grizzled 1930s superhero who was just trying to make it. He's the mirror image of Peter Parker. Instead of being the cracking jokes, like I said, he would be like if Peter Parker had similar origins to the Batman. He's really dark. And I think that that would have been good. But no, they're just going to waste it away because of the Spider-Verse. I'm so tired of this. These companies are creatively bankrupt, and all this is going to do is serve as for the writers to self-insert a character so that they can deliver their talking points by whatever political party of the day that they are serving, whatever politician of the day they are serving. I'm tired of it. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment, tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to StudioJake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.